I believe everybody needs to feel safe whilst on sea country because of unusual weather and anything could happen. It's really important for all fishermen to have that connection to contact if there's a case of emergency out anywhere in the radius where the reef or Erub. My name is Lala Gutchen. I am from Erub Island, which is located in the Torres Strait, the eastern part of Torres Strait. I am a Erub Meuram woman, and I am out fishing this afternoon with some of my family members. Why I think it's important on sea country is because I get to practice my language and culture, and I get to teach my children, my nieces and nephew, and I also, it's our livelihood, that's where we get our food from. If they better the communication up here, then we can connect from four corners of Erub with people outside of the world, because when the network goes off, we're in a lost world, like nobody knows. I just let you know, me play outside where between sail and a pass. Okay then, Dad, I gonna, right, yeah, what? So I come out here for purpose because the tower is just that way of me, on the north of me. So it's easy for me to contact my parents. We have mobile coverage, but the network is really bad on certain areas. You can't go through the coves and the other villages. A lot of black spots around Erub, even in the villages closer to the towers. There's houses inside those valleys that are not receiving any communication. So where the tower is situated on top of the main village. So the main village is down there with all the council and stuff. So the tower only benefit for that village area and the other villages to the northwest side of Erub, but still has minor problems on the northwest side. But once you go around Bid Paikai, this other point there, to them other villages for the east side and the southeast side, it's a black spot. It doesn't reach us, like same Daramod, Mogor, Isem. We don't get anything. Well, so because this is the lowest part, this is not the highest peak. The highest peak is up that way. So when you're up on the hill that way, the tower looks small. Okay, so this tower with all them signal thing there is the T-junction for the islands around us, Ugar and Mer. So it comes through to us and then bounce out. But when there's monsoon rain and heavy rain, it stops the signal from coming through to us. So it happens all the time, especially between York Island. When there's storm there, sometimes you're out there and then you can't hit us to kick it for the other two islands. One time TA turned off and we didn't know, so we didn't get anything. The whole Torres Strait be blackout because we didn't know that something happened in Cape York. So we didn't get a message or, warning to tell us that people could have went out fishing and stuff, don't know them thing, or diving, and then emergency comes up. We wasn't told. So it impacts a lot of people, especially work area. We have a lot of government agency up here, so they would need the internet, especially the council, rangers and everybody. And also community members too as well that does work at home. Like me, I need a good internet communication for my work too as well as a first language program facilitator. I teach the Erub language. I teach all ages, and I also teach older people too as well in my spare time as a volunteer. I do Zoom class and team class whenever I can fit it in. So the network is really important because there's people as far as WA, Western Australia, that I have language class with. And not only that, I facilitate the Erub digital language program. Nearly 4,000 words now on the platform that he specifically Erub language word, so the language of my people, the way we pronounce things. I do that with community elders. I get elders to, translate some words, and we add it onto the platform. All of that documentation requires good internet. So I need to record the word and record 3 sections of audios. So sometimes I target 20 words to record that day and end up I only do 3 words because of the network. Tereg. Look in the record. It don't. So what I do now is that because I never record them, I have to audio record with my phone and then send it to my email and then upload them. I don't want a manual upload them. I want to get straight to the point. You just have to go day by day and wish the network would be right. Network is really important for the fishermen of this area because we're on saltwater country. We're on an island, and we need good communication for fishermen that go outside of our zones. So when we go to Merad, Underdown Island, Underdown Sandbank now, Merad is approximately 8.2 nautical miles from Dunless. So between Merad and Erub, because you're on water, there's no signal. When we arrive there, usually, father or my siblings would tell us to go to the highest peak of the sandbank to send a text message, and we could get a 3G from Murray Island. So we'd face it towards Murray Island, lift up the hands and face it toward Murray Island, and get 1 bar. We send a text to mom and said, oh, we've arrived at Merad. And then we leave, and which is dangerous because those are some frequent fishing areas, because I go that way all the time. And in the last few years, I've been avoided for safety purposes. In case something happens, then I drift to Papua New Guinea. And that's the end of it. Having an EPIRB is important, but at times, if you were drifting, you would need a mobile phone, because you would drift and then tell them, oh, the coordinates is here. A few hours later, they arrive from 120 nautical miles away, and you're gone from that area. So if it's better to have a signal on Dunley, because if something happens, then I contact someone on Erub, right? Because they know that that's our area. So what a country, tell them, I'm on this reef. And they're like, okay. And so it be the tide coming up, going down. And then the moment you tell them that, they'll figure it out where you're going to be the next time you're there. So, and if you decide to sail, then you work physics way. It's called cultural knowledge, physics. So the EPIRB be good, but the EPIRB be good if there is no network. But with signal playing up like this, it put me at risk from going outside of certain zones. So I tend to stay more closer to the island, which makes me sad because I want to go to my fishing area, my original areas where I like to go that I am more familiar with. It's stopping me to go on country to practice my cultural practices because I'm worried about anything could happen. Having a signal tower that have a radius of 10 to 15 nautical miles, that is most of the zones that all fishermen go around on my island. If you do that, you're much more safer. And then they could contact somebody on the island to get them if they are distressed, if they're drifting or anchoring, because only our people know our sea country.
All right. We get to fish.
Where them from?
Erub Meuram record.
Okay, Nego, ready for shot?
What can I say? This is my playground.
We make a family group on WhatsApp and we send videos and photos every day. Like if we have an immediate family or we have a clan family, we have these WhatsApp group accounts. So, and also Facebook too. Facebook is a good platform where we share and tag families so they could see what's happening on the island. And because even though they live off the country, they still have the right to know their cultural identity. And we are here on the grassroots level. We try our best to share those cultural knowledge to keep it alive. Because if we only keep it to ourselves, then it's going to be gone. So we have to share it wherever our family is around the world. My father texts my grandfather too as well, and uncle. They do a lot of, language texting too. So elders are relying on elders by texting. And because they have to adapt to the technology world like us now, they have to use that same platform like us to help us, give us the information we need for documentation work. So network is really important. We launched this this project in 2019. So we climbed up really slowly and we're going really well now. I'm finalizing a grammar guide that myself and my father, Granddad Billy Bon, and a few other community members and elders built for the last few years. While we're building it, we're adding words to the platform so families living abroad and all over the world that are Erub people can access the space and learn the language while we build it. So that's why it's important. I must record every day on there because there's people walking somewhere in Australia, all over the world, that wants to know the progress of our language maintenance work on country. Time really crucial now for us. We try to document as much as we can while they're still here with us. Because once they leave the boat and the tree falls down, that's when the library is gone. And then you lose each libraries, and then you're left with nothing.
Customary, we have to give respect when we take some eat from this is a beza bee. When we take it, we always tip the shell over to be a home for other little animals and other little shells to grow, and they're from danger. We eat the gemageg, the picum, and the muscle. Get rid of this black ones here. Cook it with boil it, then cook it with coconut milk and curry. It's nice. Okay then, thank you, Bala. All right, yeah, well. I was just confirming my flight to go to Brisbane out on the water. So the communication is important to me. All right, my phone here then.
We need them better connection with other people outside, because when you get blocked out of the world, I don't know, it used to feel weird. And I think we should be in the same line as mainland Australia because we are part of Australia. We're not some floating island attached to Australia that nobody goes to. We people live on the island. And that's the way, I think, is the only way now where we can keep our language and culture alive is through technology and coming back to country too as well, and walking on country and, land and sea country.
One night I had a dream of something beautiful. I was sailing around the world. In my dreams I can see from a distance, looks like an island sitting on top of the waters. One night I had a dream of something beautiful to see a mountain so far